Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. I'd like to present to you three articles in the public domain that just recently came out within the past 24 hours or so. Before I do that, we'd like to let you know this is for review, informational, and educational purposes. It's not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. Full credit to the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, in which case is Giant Freaking Robot. A story by Zach Zagranis. Headline reads, Scientists create bionic hand that fuses with bones, muscles, and nerves. Here you see a picture of a bionic arm, I believe. Copyright provided by Giant Freaking Robot. Scientists create bionic hand that fuses with bones, muscles, and nerves. A 50-year-old Swedish woman may just become the first real cyborg. Thanks to unprecedented progress in the field of medical prosthesis, a real working bionic hand exists and is exactly as cool as it sounds. As published in Science Robotics, the robotic limb revolves around trailblazing technology that connects directly to the user's bones, muscles, and even nerves. That is, the cutting-edge technology that has created a bionic hand that connects to the human bone, muscle, and nervous system to work just like the real thing. Karen, spelled Karin, lost a hand in a farming mishap only to receive the high-tech replacement nearly 20 years later. Karen's new bionic hand hooks directly to her skeletal, muscular, and nervous system, allowing an advanced AI to translate her brain signals to human-machine interface. This interface allows Karen to engage in precise, simple movements as if she had still had her original hand. The bionic hand is so versatile it's allowed Karen to perform 80% of her daily domestic activities, such as cooking, lifting objects, zipping and unzipping bags or clothing, and more importantly, turning doorknobs. Quote, I have better control over my prosthesis, but above all, my pain has decreased. Today, I need much less medication. Unquote. Karen, proud owner of the new bionic hand. For 2 decades, Karen was forced to complete such everyday tasks left-handed, but thanks to her new bionic hand, she can go back to her dominant hand. The prosthetic gives Karen a limited sense of touch and allows her to move all of her cybernetic fingers separately with a 95% rate of success. Perhaps even more of a relief to Karen is the decrease in pain she's felt ever since being fitted with the bionic hand. Prior to receiving the bionic prosthesis, Karen experienced a constant phantom pain where her right hand used to be. The pain was so bad that Karen described it as her hand being dragged through a, quote, meat grinder, unquote. And I have a second picture here. It's copyright provided by Giant Freaking Robot, Open AI, as one word. AI is capital letters. Humanoid robot. Quote, I have better control over my prosthesis, but above all, my pain is decreased, Karen said, putting the bionic hand's unprecedented level of control second behind the pain relief it's given her. According to Karen, the relief is so substantial she had been able to reduce the number of meds she had to take just to be able to function, or she has to put it, or as she puts it, quote, today I need much less medication. Quote, the fact that, meaning Karen, has been able to use her prosthesis comfortably and effectively in daily activities for years is a promising statement to the potential life-changing capabilities of this novel technology for individuals facing limb loss. Max Ortiz, a robotics engineer. An international team of researchers and engineers hailing from Sweden, Italy, and Australia came together to make Karen's bionic hand a reality. The researchers claim Karen's prosthetic marks the first time in history that a mechanical hand with internal electrodes has proven to have long-term viability in amputations that have occurred below the elbow. Quote, the fact that, meaning Karen, has been able to use her prosthesis comfortably and effectively in daily activities for years is a promising statement to the potential life-changing capabilities of this novel technology for individuals facing limb loss, said robotics engineer Max Ortiz. Indeed, when Karen initially lifted with the Bionic hand 3 years ago, the researchers behind the technology stated that it was one of a kind and remains this way to do this day. To create the interface between Karen's biological tissue and her bionic hand, two implants were placed inside of her ulna and radius bones. A muscle graft taken from Karen's leg was used as a connective tissue to join the two implants to give the severed nerves and muscles in Karen's arm something to attach themselves by anchoring to Karen's bionic hand directly to her bone. Catalan and her crew made a prosthetic that's more comfortable than conventional prostheses that use a quote, ball and socket quote, unquote, method. Karen's bionic hand was not only the medical marvel that provided hope to amputees everywhere, but also the closest thing we nerds will ever get to a working version of Luke Skywalker's robot hand. Catalan is currently working in war-torn Ukraine, providing his expertise on prosthetic limbs to amputees. The post-scientists create bionic hand that fuses with bones, muscles, and nerves that first appeared on the giant freaking robot. And that will end it for this article. Let's go to the second article. Before I read the second article, we'd like to let you know this is for review, informational, and educational purposes. It's not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. The full credit to the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, which is New Scientist, and the story by Chen Lai, however you pronounce it. Headline reads, Teeny generator uses the motion of molecules to produce electricity. And here we can see a picture of electricity, and copyright provided by New Scientist. Caption reads, New teeny generator uses the motion of molecules to produce electricity. In her second picture, same thing, provided by New Scientist. Electricity generating mechanism of the molecular thermal motion harvester by MTMH. For the third one, copyright provided by New Scientist, the amazing way electricity in your body shapes your health. Excuse me. A miniature generator can convert the movements of molecules in room temperature liquid into electricity. The device could one day be used to power devices like medical implants or even small household appliances. Molecules are constantly moving thanks to thermal energy that possess at a temperature above absolute zero, even if they appear still to the human eye. For example, at room temperature, the atoms in a glass of water are always jostling around. But we thought it would be interesting and meaningful to see this motion can be harvested and converted to electricity, says Wei Li at Nankai University in China. Squeezing loofah sponges create enough electricity to power LEDs. So Li and his colleagues created an energy harvesting device that's 1 centimeter square, which consists of top and bottom electrodes with several 25 nanometer wide strands of zinc oxide attached to each. The material was chosen for its ability to generate electrical charge under mechanical deformation. The device looks a little bit like two toothbrushes with bristles facing each other, says the team Yuchong Leon at startup firm East 8 Energy in China. The team submerged the device into a container of liquid called N-octane, a hydrocarbon-like propane or butane, only with a longer chain of carbons and hydrogens at room temperature. The molecules that the liquid bumped into the miniature strains of zinc oxide, said Luan, and the device generated a small voltage of 2.28 millivolts and 2.47 nanoampere current. Well, the next step is to see if solvents or liquids can effectively power this device, he said. The amazing ways electricity in your body shapes you and your health. Your cells crackle the electrical signals that guide embryonic development and heal wounds. If we learn how to tweak this quote bioelectric code unquote, we might be able to prevent cancer and grow new limbs. The researchers hope the device will be used to supply energy for nanotechnology such as teeny implants for drug delivery. They also want to scale up the technology to be able to power larger things. But we hope people can use it at home, for example, to charge their phones or TV, unquote, says Luan. Quote, referring to this meaning this demonstrates that the mechanical energy from the thermal notion of the octane liquid molecules can be converted into constant electrical power at room temperature without the need of any other energy source, says João Ventura at the University of Porto in Portugal. Although it generates only low voltages for now, it could lead to a clean and ubiquitous energy source for low power devices, he says. As per the journal reference, that's APL Materials DOI 10.1063 slash 5.016905. And that will end it for our second article. And going to our third article, and before I read the article, we'd like to let you know, as usual, that this is for review, informational, and educational purposes. It's not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. The full credit to the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, which in this case is MUO or MUO. The story by Jarick Manning. And the headline reads, Public AI versus Private AI versus Personal AI. What's the difference? And before we describe that, there is a picture that the author has put out, copyright provided by MUO, and it looks like some sort of circuit contacts here with the end of, I believe it's like the end of one to the start of one. So if it's open, that means it's start, and if it's end, it's colored in. So these are electrical pathways in a circuit from one contact to another contact. Now the caption reads, "Public AI versus private AI versus no personal AI. What's the difference?" So you notice it's in the shape of a human brain inside of another part, other electrical contacts, and other parts here. Here's some important points to remember for the article. Number one, categorizing AI into public, private, and personal helps to address regulatory limitations, data privacy, and security issues. Number two, public AI serves a global population while private AI is tailored for specific organizations and personal AI enhances user experience. Number three, public AI is openly accessible. Private AI has a restricted access and personal AI is limited to customers. Data handling and privacy varies among the three categories. AI is categorized by public, private, or personal AIs. Training and designation on AI systems based on those categories can help solve issues on regulatory limitations, data privacy, and security. It's very interesting how they categorized it that way. Because last time I checked, the technology is a technology. It's just how they're regulating it. Well, it means public means whatever's in the public domain is probably something that's more powerful and is going to be greater regulated. And the more private it gets, the less power and capability it's going to have. This categorization also helps people understand the purpose of AI, who operates it, who handles your data, and what restrictions may be imposed to safeguard public organizational interests. To understand the difference between public, private, and personal AI, let's compare them based on the purpose, performance, data handling, and privacy. Might ask the question first is, what is public AI? Now, public AI refers to AI trained on user data in various open source platforms like Wikimedia and ResNet. These types of AI are the most popular and widely accessible forms of AI that people use daily for work, school, and personal projects. Its purpose is a public AI in the AI service program algorithmic that's openly accessible to anyone on the internet. Public AI is typically general purpose applications that serves the general population, providing effective AI solutions for problems and tasks that would normally require many man hours to accomplish. Some of the most popular public AI you may be familiar with include search engines, social media algorithms, language translators, and modern text to speech engines. By the way, text to speech isn't anything new. That's been around since late 90s. Accessibility. As stated earlier, public AIs are openly accessible to anyone on the internet. Most public AIs are already integrated into search engines, social media platforms, and extensions, which do not require any special signing up or payments. Many public AI models such as Llama, ResNet, and BERT are freely available online for anyone who wants to use and fine-tune to make their own models. In terms of the performance, public AI systems are made to handle a large number of users simultaneously. Due to the number of users, sometimes in the range of millions, public AIs are set to perform just well enough to support as many users as possible. Certain regulations are imposed on public AI to safeguard the interests of the state and its people. Typical regulation would include denying users certain types of information and constraining AI in its actions and capabilities. Data handling and privacy. One of the biggest concerns about public AI is their way of handling data and privacy. Each system collects large amounts of user data to improve and operate their AI algorithms and services. This, however, can be quite concerning as the data might be misused by the organization that own and operate the service. Laws and regulations and protecting user data and privacy are limited due to the nature of how public AI operates. And now here's the next one. What is private AI? Now, the reason why businesses require private AI is that public AIs like ChatGPT introduce privacy and security issues for organizations. Private AI refers to AI models trained and fine-tuned to cater the needs of organizations without compromising the security of trade secrets and other intellectual properties. Many private AIs are fine-tuned from publicly available LLMs using private data to tailor fit their AI model on the organization's specific needs. In terms of its purpose, is that the purpose of a private AI is to have AI systems specifically built for an organization. It is used to solve internal business problems and enhance efficiency and overall productivity within the company. Private AIs are employed in a variety of internal systems such as customer relationship management or CRM, supply chain organization, and fraud detection. In terms of its accessibility, unlike public AI, private AI is not openly available to the public. In general, access to private AI is restricted to only authorized personnel to ensure that sensitive data and processes remain protected. It is important to note that although businesses use private AI for internal productivity, they also utilize a separate personal AI for customers' access to their services. Also, in terms of their performance, private AI is trained and streamlined for the specific needs of an organization. This allows businesses to fine-tune pre-trained LLMs for their models to achieve optimal performance for a given task. This in turn lowers the computing power necessary to run the AI with good performance while saving costs. Since it's not accessible to the public, private AI has fewer regulations and can see unconstrained AI models or algorithms to boost the capability of their AI. Data handling and privacy. Data, data handling and privacy is the biggest reason companies require private AI. With the private AI, organizations can control and secure their data, minimizing the risk of data breaches and unauthorized access. Data used to fine tune a private AI is curated by a team of hired engineers, data scientists, and software developers design, to design and train the model, which ensures that publicly available data bias their AI. Now we have personal AI. So you might ask the question here, what is personal AI? Personal AI refers to AI algorithm made to aid people in their daily lives. They can usually be accessed through personal devices such as smartphones, tablets, smart speakers, and wearables. Some examples of personal AIs would include virtual assistants like Alexa, Bixby, Google Assistant, and Siri. Purpose. Personal AIs are designed to enhance a person's user experience while interacting with a technology to use a specific service. Personal AI algorithms provide a tailored experience to the user by adapting to their preference, making it easier for the customer to use a certain service. Performance. While not as scalable as public AI personalized AI, excuse me, personal AI, personalized AI excels in understanding and responding to individual user requests. Personalized AI might be incrementally slower than public AI as it needs to consider the relevance of the data to the user before it provides any result. That said, personal AI is more capable than private AI as it provides better and more relevant outputs for the user. Of course, performance will also depend on what personal AI service you prefer and and how the company made the AI operate. Data, data handling and privacy. Privacy and data handling are some of the biggest concerns regarding personal AI. Due to how personal AI is utilized in a service, laws permit companies to collect personal user data after users agree to terms of service. This makes them liable for protecting user data privacy and security. However, due to the data's sensitivity, any data breach could potentially harm the privacy and security of the users. Comparing public, private, and personal AI. Categorizing AI into public, private, and personal AI, as in public AI, private AI, and personal AI, enables us to apply AI in solving specific tasks while maintaining optimal performance, accessibility, data security, user privacy. Here's a table for the easy comparison. Now, what I have here is it mentions four aspects. Okay, these are so you have your purpose, your accessibility, your performance, and your data handling and privacy. For your purpose, for public AI, it's for broad general purpose. For private AI, it's broad in general, and also for personal AI, it's individual user needs. For accessibility, well, these are three different things. This is open to the public, restricted access to employee only for private AI, and for personal AI, it's access to limited to customers. For performance, the public AI is scalable, supports a large number of users simultaneously and optimally. For private AI, it's customized and optimized for specific operational tasks and it's fast. And the personal AI is personalized and optimal. In terms of its data handling and privacy, for the public AI, it's low data privacy. Companies can use data in accordance with the law. Private AI, we have high data security. Company handles its own data. For personal AI, we have medium level privacy. Users agree to companies' terms of service. And let's conclude talking about the importance of categorizing AI. Understanding the difference between public AI, private AI, and personal AI is important as these categories represent how we use AI in our daily lives. It also helps us create certain laws and regulations to ensure the privacy and security of individuals and organizations. Without these distinctions, such regulations will be harder to impose, which may result companies misusing user data, leaking business trade secrets, or even the death of AI democratization. Um, Although there's no such thing as a technology democratization because whoever controls the technology is not asking other people's opinion. So that's what it is. Now, that will conclude our 3 article review. Before I do it, would like to have you weigh in with your opinion. Namely, the first article being that the scientists create bionic hand that fuses with bones, muscles, and nerves. The second one being that Teeny generator uses motion of molecules to produce electricity. The third one is public AI versus private AI versus personal AI. What's the difference? What do you think of these articles? Are they useful? Is it relevant in your daily lives? You're welcome to give your opinion in the comments below. Just keep in mind that there's 2 strict ground rules that must be followed. Number 1, no derogatory language, as we need to keep this civil and we need to keep this productive as per what we're trying to do here. Second thing is no threatening language. When I refer to threatening language, I'm specifically referring to threats of physical violence. Not only is it illegal, but it won't be tolerated. As a heads up, if either one of those rules is violated by a user, then the user will be blocked in the comments below. Alright, with that said, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Has this provided value for you? Because it is a value to be informed about what's happening in the news. Please click the like or the thumbs up button on the channel. That way it'll be pushed through the algorithm, more people will be able to view it and benefit from it. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. That way you'll have access to all my content, as I do have a variety of content on the channel, both for YouTube and Rumble. And also, if you haven't already, please click the bell button. That way you'll be notified of all my future videos. We'd like to thank you for watching this video. We'd like to let you know that the links to the articles themselves will only be available on Rumble, as YouTube does not allow links in the comments section. So this will only be available on Rumble. Okay. I will have a link to this video on Twitter, so keep in mind for that. Okay. So I also, in Rumble, I will have the link there for Twitter and Instagram as well. So, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'd like to wish you a great day wherever you are in the world. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time.